Well, today is the day that we are going to start wheat. We just pulled this grain head out of storage, if you will. And we need to just run a grease gun around it. We need to put a little bit of air in this back left tire. And then we'll be able to slowly get a few things ready here and get to the field. So we had a couple of plastic pieces that we ended up replacing before we put this on the header cart. We've got one right there, a couple of them down through here, so the head should be ready to go. The next question is this combine going to start? We had, when did we have this running? We got the grain tender out of here or something? Seed tender. So it's been a couple of months since we have started this. We've got to come over and get the grain buggy out of here. And every time we are over in this barn, everybody asks, what is this white stuff on the floor? Well, several years ago when we parked the combine in here, we went around the combine with hydrated lime. The thought was it would keep the critters out of the combine, away from the combine. Because what happens is they walk in this lime, they get it on their feet, it dries their feet out, and then they lick it. And I don't think it kills them, but it doesn't leave too good of a taste in their mouth. So let's go ahead and see if this thing will start, and then we'll jump up in the cab and we'll see how many critters we have in the mousetrap pail. What was that? A rock. It was whatever this is, a nut with a greaser coming into it. Really? Yeah. No? Oh, yeah. Well, I guess it's a bolt. It's not a nut. Wow. It's right over there in front of the back left tire. Well, we ended up hooking up the batteries. Oil level's fine. And when I opened up the side compartment door, Jared heard something fall. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but this is a bolt that goes in the side of the auger. Right up top there. I'm hoping that it didn't break again. Oh, it goes right up in. Is that where it goes? But I replaced it at any rate. I'm almost certain that this is the actual old piece. I don't know where it was. but oh boy, yeah. We'll have to, yeah, look that over. I recognize it, but I can't think right off. Yeah, where it goes in from this side or the other side. I can't remember. But at any rate, we might as well see if this starts. What we have inside here is a pail that we catch mice in, and I've got an exhaust pipe to replace on this, and I've got that stuffed inside the cab here so it doesn't stink too bad in here. And it looks like all of the fluid that was in the bottom of this pail is dried up, and there is 4 of them down in there. So now the real question is, well, I'm gonna take and put this somewhere here. Maybe it can ride with me, or I can throw it over with Jared. So we'll go ahead and see if this old girl starts. We got lights and buzzers. I don't like that. I don't know if our fuel pump turned on or not. I think we got to bang on one of the relays up in there. Yeah, there's a relay of some kind. Come over here and grab this muffler pipe. Alright, so there's a relay up in here that loses connection once in a while. But Jared said he heard the fuel pump turn on. Jump up in there and try starting that. What I tell you to? You got to rotate the key forward and hold it. Ow. Turn the key on. Try it. A critter right there, we scared him out. Alright, that did not have anything to do with the relay, because you could hear the fuel pump turning on, right? I think it was just dry on fuel a little bit and it needed to be turned over a couple times. The fuel pump is right there in front of the rear tire on this side. We've had issues with that before, and what we have done is we had relay issues with it, and we ended up hooking the light, the work light, the wire from this work light. We powered that into the fuel pump, and we powered the fuel pump with the light circuit. We would turn the lights on and it would power that fuel pump. We did that until we realized that we had a relay connection issue. So we just unplugged this guy. Actually, it wasn't that work light. I'm sorry. It was this light here, and this light is the light for inside the sieve slash shoe area. We just unplugged it right here, pulled the pins out of this plug, and used the pins, switched them around. So that plugged into there. So we'll go ahead and get this backed on out of here. We do have a exhaust pipe to put on this. We ordered that exhaust pipe, and it didn't come in until after we put the combine away. But it's not that hard of a job to put it on there. It's rather easy. So we'll go ahead and get this out of here and get back to the shop. Cup. We'll leave these doors open. Let me step over. Well, we'll go ahead and make the journey back to the shop. We do have wheat over here on this farm. I know it doesn't make any sense to drive this combine all the way home and not just cut this wheat that's right here. But this wheat isn't quite ready yet. The wheat that we have that is the furthest along as far as it being ready is the wheat that is furthest to the north of the farm. We're south of the farm here now. And this one variety of wheat that's on this farm, this is over here where Jared lives and where we have the lagoon. This is a bearded variety of wheat. I can't remember offhand exactly what kind it is. I would have to look it up. But you could see that there's some regular wheat mixed in through it. No real difference other than it's just the variety that it is. I don't really like the bearded varieties. I want to say it was a pioneer variety of wheat. That is the bearded version, but it could be Hubner too. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. But you can see there's some different streaks through there of a different variety that was in the grain drill. Or that is a spray tip on the sprayer that was being goofy. So we are about 7 miles or so away from the farm. We'll get back to the farm, let this thing cool down, put that exhaust pipe on there. I thought there was a wire plug harness that I had to replace on this flasher light on that stop, but it's working now. So I don't know what we have going on there. Got the AC on, that seems to be working. I don't know offhand if I had my heat valves turned on or off. We need to get a 2630 display mounted in here. We need to get a receiver on and plugged in just so that we can kind of monitor yield. And I'm sure once we get combining, we'll be like every other YouTuber and we will lie about our actual yield. Everybody that posts anything on YouTube here, they claim they have 100 bushel wheat. So we got to be better than that. So we're probably going to have 150 bushel wheat. So, all right, let's get back to the farm and get this thing ready to roll here. Now we're ready to work on this combine. We got the bunk covered, and if you followed along in the last video, you will have learned that we have a silo issue, which didn't develop until after we came home with this combine here. So I didn't video any of it in the last video, and when we get back working on the silo, that'll be in this one, right, Nathan? Yes. So we need to fold our bin extensions out, put our shower cap on. We've got a couple other things to do to this too. We've got an exhaust piece to replace. We might actually have to do that before we do the tarp, because we might have to fold this. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that first. So we need to replace this piece here. This would be easier to replace this up in here, Nate, before we do that. So 9/16 tools, and looks like a 7/16 for this turbo clamp. So we'll go ahead and get this exhaust pipe on there. It has a hole in it on this front side, and I noticed that in the winter time when we were getting this ready to be put away for storage. We got done combining, we got everything ready on this for going right into wheat this summer. However, they did not have that pipe in stock, and the roads were good, and I decided to put this thing away before installing this exhaust pipe. So we'll get that off in there. We'll have to do that before we put the tarp on because of the way this yeah. So we'll get this on there and then we'll join up with you. I'm gonna have to break away once my brother gets back here, and we're gonna get that sound loader back together here, so we'll join up with you in a while here. Alright, he's getting that section there off, and I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this muffler up so we can slide this muffler back so we can very carefully slide this pipe out. Now, when we picked up the combine, that bolt, that piece that hit the ground was that bolt, and it was that pin right there for the, I don't know if you want to call it the turret of the auger or what have you. And to be honest with you, that was broke out last year during corn, and we didn't fix it here until this past winter. I did not see that bolt. I don't know if you could see that this bolt from here, Nate. Can you see that with a grease zerk on it? When I opened up this door, something hit the floor. Jared went over, and it was the old bolt, but it must have been setting who knows where. Maybe inside this panel? I don't know where, but it hit the floor. I mean, one day when I was combining last fall, I seen it was broke, because I was on Corporal Welch. I'm like, damn it. And because all I seen was it's got a hole in it for the grease zerk, and I'm like, what the hell does that look like? And that was that piece there. So I need to get some 1/2-inch sockets for this, and he's trying to get, what do you need, a hammer and a chisel? Probably need a hammer. I'll get you a hammer and a chisel, because I got to get some 1/2-inch tools. All right, we'll go in and grab some tools and get that apart. Well, we've got this just about ready to come off. Now it's going to depend on, we slid that back. Does that break apart there? That's broke apart. Now we just got to pound that off. We might, well, this pipe has to come out that way. I was going to say we could take it off. Well, let's just see how that works. I don't know how that's going to come apart. Why don't you whack right there? Wow.
It's gonna want to come out that way, I think.
Can it?
If we...
Which way did I say it was going to have to come out?
The other way.
Yeah, I was wrong. Show everybody the hole. Show everybody the hole. It's on this. It's on the other side. Right there. Can you see it? Yeah. Now, do you have any thoughts to share with us for today? I mean, we shared one yesterday. Maybe we're only good for every other video or something.
Yeah, we'll do everything.
Okay. All right. Well, let me grab the new pipe and we'll get that slapped on there. And make sure we video the wrapper coming off, you know. That thing's hot. There we go. All right, who knows how much that was? That could have been like, I don't know. Did you happen to pay attention to that panel that I worked on the chopper the other day? Do you know how much that was?
He said it yesterday. I can't remember what it was. $2,900 or something.
$2,958. I need to be paying attention. Yeah. What was that other one? Was it inside or was it outside?
Inside.
I don't know if this is mucho gonna work. What did I do with the old one? The old one's belled. What the heck? It should fit. Acts like it's... This ladder's probably gonna kick out on me here. Maybe can you take that off of that end?
What do you mean? Yeah, I can, we need to take that clamp off.
Maybe, but maybe we need to slide it on the pipe. Here. What is the damn thing? Welded?
Just clamp down.
Alright, we've got to put it over that one. Well, I need to get my handy dandy crescent wrench out, Nathan. We need to open her up a little bit. I don't know. Wow. Been on there all them years, Nathan. All them years. You know, look at this, look at this. It's got a bend in it. You need a hammer? Come on now. Put my hand right between there and there. We backhanded it. Alright, is that mucho good? Has it got a turn? Are we too much? We might be too much. Are we too much? Watch your fingers. How's that? Alright. So, let's reach our hand back. There's not a bolt that rubbed on that, is there? Is that... How... Can we flip that bolt around?
There's supposed to be a bolt, man. There isn't.
Okay, so it appears that maybe somebody put a bolt in there and maybe put too long of one in. Yeah, because the nut is welded on the back side. Either that or the nut. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter, right? It's water under the bridge. Okay, let's continue with our job here. So we just need to put a clamp on there, put this clamp on, tighten everything up, and this will be done. All right, Nathan's gonna finish this job up. I have to run up in the silo now. All he has left to do is put this clamp on. He'll pound that down, tighten these bolts up, and get this thing into place. And then if you want, wait till I get down here for the tarp. So.
There, double steps that throw your rhythm off.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna go like that. Hang on a second, it's not it. I think it's gotta go like this. Is that gonna go? If it gets on hot? sheet cleaned up by now.
Yeah.
Well, let me take out what we think we need, and I'll send that back down there. I don't know if this is gonna fit.
All right, so this is what we're working with. We didn't show you the old blower yet, but this is the new one. And I didn't video any of the start of this because my brother had most of this apart already. And we'll have to bolt this one into place. My nephew's gonna let the unloader down to it. And we've got to check. He talked to one of the owners over at Center State, and they said to check a few things, so we need to do that as well. So he was worried about obstructions. What else? Something with them bolts on that auger, right?
And then back this guy out, see if it spins freely.
Yeah. So we'll get to work here, and we need to bring up the top part, which is this part here. So did you already send that pail down, or?
No, I didn't. I figured there's no sense in sending it down because that can go on last.
Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, so we'll get to work here. We've got to bolt this in the, we're going to bolt that up on the top, and then we're going to let it down, I think. If that's easier that way. Yeah, all right. Here's where we are at. We seem to have a collector ring that is not turning. We're thinking that is what bent our housing. So we've been into this before. We need to get this apart, get them slip rings off, and get it freed up because we really don't know what problem we're running into here or what it's going to turn into, but we need to take it all apart. We're believing that that's what bent the housing. The collector ring stopped turning at the bottom, and then this unloader kept turning and it twisted it. So we're getting this apart and I'll get this guy out of there.
This one's completely free. This one could stay with us if we wanted to.
You can take this bolt out, and then I'll grab this, and I should be able to slide it off of that. Okay, there we go. I don't think it's going to come out again. What if you just took that bolt off right here?
You got it?
I gotta make sure I get this washer here. So that'll come apart. Oh yeah, it just doesn't want to fit through here. Probably gonna need this whole thing. Alright, so if we took those bolts out, the cord could stay up here.
Where's the spin? What spins?
That's like that. So,
Where did you put these? Back in
in the pail. We're gonna need a 3/8 extension. Fit down in there, is it?
Yeah.
Well, this collector ring, for whatever reason, is seized. So we've got to get a screwdriver up in here. You need something?
No, do you need any else?
No, that should do it.
Yeah, no.
So we're going to take this cover off. I need to get in here and get some screws out. Take the wires out. They have the brushes on the end of them and whatever, and then we can send this guy down the chute with the shroud on there. So we need to get this down on the bench, probably get some heat on it. We really don't know what happened to it, but yeah, not good. Well, we're trying to get this to break itself free here. Put some heat on it, and then we've got to get it to rotate, get it apart, and try to, yeah, get it going here. Good times. Well, we have this apart, and I don't know. We're gonna get the wire wheel in there, wire wheel all of that out. It could be the moly grease that we used on this. The combination of the grease and the dust, and it just, I have to get some lithium in there. So we're gonna get the wire wheel in here. We're gonna clean up this edge. Looks like there's a grease groove all the way around that. That's not, it's all filled in. So the combination of the fresh grease in there from a few weeks ago and the dust, it just kind of locked it right up like a, I don't know. Not good, huh, Nate? All right, so I'm gonna get glasses and a wire wheel. All right, we've got this all cleaned up. My brother dug out a lot of crap that was in this groove. This is a grease groove. All this stuff here was inside that, and now it is freed up and good to go. So now we can put this back together and head up in the silo here. So this is going to go on there, and then we've got those there that are going to go on as well. So, well, that's what this looks like all together. We used white lithium grease, and we are ready to pull it back up the silo chute and get it back installed. So we've got this in place. We've just got to bolt down our brackets, bring over the distributor, and then set our neck on, and then we can put the housing on underneath. So fun stuff. We have the new blower housing installed. Richard just got done putting, watch it, it'll turn. Just got done putting new paddles on the blower itself. Only 3 paddles on this guy. The old ones were the originals. We could have flipped them, but there was a couple of them that were bent. So we'll just set this in the housing, get that set, the bearings tight, and then we'll set the gap between the paddle and the housing itself. Then we can put the top on. We actually have to let the unloader down to this point. So being that that ring didn't turn, the unloader twisted the housing because it is supported, the center of the unloader is supported from that blower housing. So this will just set right in here. Get our bearings. Well, we have this blower housing back together. We just need to have a man down on the ground to let it down. My brother had to go and do some cow stuff. So I've got Nate up in here with me. He's gonna help me finish it up. Because we're gonna have a man on the ground that's gonna let this down, and this blower is gonna bolt to these 2 points here. And that's all that holds the center of this unloader up, is it hangs from the blower housing. So we'll go ahead and get somebody to let this down, get 4 bolts in there, get our belts on, and run some corn out for morning. Yeah, go down a little farther, I guess. Alright, hold up. We'll try that. I'll call you back when we're ready. Alright, we'll see ya. Bye. Alright, so I've got to find the bolts for this. I think I can line it with a punch. We've got them 1/2-inch bolts that are up underneath this collector ring. So you got to take that nut off on that side, and that stabilizer that's right here goes there. So I'll hand you a 3/4 wrench. That was here somewhere. That's right here. There's that. I gotta find my long bolts. One, two, 3. One, two, 3, 4. Punch, punch. Tool rather.
I can see the hole over here. I don't know if you can try that. You want to put this one on this side and try
Yeah, try it. Alright, I can almost get... Alright, I got that bolt. Yeah, hold on a second. Well, we've got this all back together. Tim's down on the ground, and he's going to go ahead and turn this on. You can go ahead and turn the auger on, Tim. Okay, turn the saw loader on. All right, now you can let it down. Go 1, 2, 3, and then let off. Do that again. All right, that's good right there. All right, this is working the way it should be. And what we're going to do is we're going to have to bring up a grease gun here Saturday morning when we take doors out. Actually, I don't need to take doors out Saturday morning. I need to take them out a week from now because we took one out today. So it is Wednesday. We just took a door out, lowered the unloader. So we have to come up in here once a week, every 7 days. We end up lowering this unloader. So this is running really good. Bring a grease gun up in here, like I said, next time we come up in. Grease that ring. there's nothing coming out of the auger. Alright, you gotta shut the sound loader off. There you go. So there's nothing coming out of the auger. Look down in the chute.
Blew the clean chute off.
Alright, we've blown the clean chute off, so we've got issues. Alright, well, yeah. Well, alright, we'll be down in a minute. Shut the auger off. Yeah. Alright. Alright, so we have the clean chute in a pile down there. We really don't know what's going on other than I'm gonna send the rope down, see if you could tie that on. I don't know, we might have a mess in there. Stay tuned, folks. We'll keep you posted, but the clean chute fell off. Nate's gonna go down in there, see if he can hook onto it and get it out. We really don't know what happened. I did cut enough off to compensate for the unloader being lowered here, but who knows what happened down below. Without climbing down the chute, we really don't know. So let me see what they came up with and we'll go from there.
Yep. You can read that right now.
Well, this is what things look like from up above here. Clean chute came off, plugged the auger. Tim didn't know whether or not there should have been corn coming out. He didn't realize there wasn't any corn coming out until a few minutes went by. So we might have to sacrifice that clean chute. We might have to cut it. Really don't know what happened. We don't know if... I assumed he had the auger on when we started. Maybe he didn't. Oh well.
Alright, yeah, now just turn it on, but be ready to turn it off, okay? Let me see if I can dig down into this thing.
There wasn't a pail or anything stuck in there, was there?
I don't think so.
We assume he took everything out, right?
Yeah. Can reach the bottom of this thing.
See if you can reach it from the outside. Reach in that. Okay, so we've got that problem fixed. I threw the clean chute down and it might have got stuck in a ladder rung and then folded itself up. And when it did that, it caused itself to fall off of the spout here. Perfect now. We'll have to watch the unloader when it gets up to that spot there. Alright, we're back up and running now. I don't know if the camera caught that last clip, but the plastic fell off. They've got that hooked back up again. We're going to let this unloader run all the way around to the spot that it got caught in earlier. The ring drive seized up somewhere around there and then it kept forcing itself and ended up twisting up that blower housing. So you can see when it got to this point here, got lowered down a couple times. There's a couple of bolts that we must have left down on the corner or something. Heard a couple of them go through already. Might need to have them raise it up once it gets to that spot there. Shut that off now. Just crank it up 1, 2, 3. All right. Yep. All right, we're gonna go ahead and climb down. Well, Nate was able to get that tarp put on the combine while we were monkeying around with that silo. So other than putting fuel in the combine and washing the windows, that is all ready to go. I see we've got a fire extinguisher to put on there. So I went ahead and blew myself off with some shop air. I've got some corn running out of this silo. So we'll go up, crank the unloader down, or let the unloader down, and we'll see how the girls are making out working on the Terra disc. They're just riding the bike up. My kids ended up putting a basket on this bike. They thought that was kind of cute to do that, and it's got little pink and yellow ribbons through it, and it even lights up when you're moving. But it kind of works good for putting my coffee cup in there in the morning. That would have been a little better if maybe it was a black basket, but yeah. So what we need to do now, we need to pull this payloader over and clean up our mess. Before we do that, we'll go ahead and check on the girls here. They are working on putting discs on this Terra disc. Yeah, getting the job done. Back row, and then they'll swing over and work on the front row. Are you disappointed that we weren't able to cut any wheat today?
So disappointed.
Yeah. I just realized there wasn't one job I did that I felt like doing today. Usually that doesn't happen too often, but at any rate, that silo turned in to be quite the little fiasco. So this is a two-person job. Got one to hold it up there and the other one to put the bolts in, right?
Yes.
So new hardware, new discs. This is the second time that we have put iron on this disc. So what we'll use this for, once we get the wheat off, we're going to apply manure, and then we'll go in and use the Terra disc here to mix the manure in and to get the ground ready to seed down with alfalfa. Have you snapped any bolts yet?
No, not yet.
Are you torquing them?
We're gonna do that later.
Alright, well, I'm going to clean up a mess. It's not that big of a mess, but it is a mess. So, yeah. Well, we went ahead and run out a pretty good sized pile for morning. And we also cleaned up the mess that we made from the clean chute being plugged and having to pull it out on the ground. So we got this mess here all cleaned up from what they pulled out of the chute there, and they dumped it on the ground, and that's where they left everything. So we need to go ahead and get this bike in for a battery charge up. So we'll pull this into the shop, hook the charger on it for the night, and we're gonna call it a day. Like I was saying, Nate's got this combine all ready to go. We need to just wash the windows, fill it with fuel, get our monitor put inside it, and we'll get started cutting wheat here tomorrow. So I've got my battery charger plugged in here. And I know I'm gonna get some comments about you shouldn't leave it unattended, you'll cause a fire and every other damn thing. Well, we've had bigger fires in the shop here, so we're gonna go ahead and plug it in right there. I might as well go ahead and turn it this way. And we'll leave it for tonight. Just take this guy here, set that there, put this on up in here, and we'll let it do its thing. So, I need to do a update video on the old electric bike. It is somewhat handy to have around the farm. It's about as handy. It's a little handier than having a side-by-side, believe it or not. If you compare a side-by-side to a small truck, the side-by-side is a little easier to get in and out of than it is getting in and out of a farm truck. And this is just that much easier. Like today, going back and forth from the silo to the shop, it's a lot easier to get on the bike than it is to jump in a truck or walk for that case. So I've had to charge this battery up. This will be the third time now. The first time was after I had ridden it some, after I first got it. We've had this since just before Christmas time, I believe. It does need a wash. The basket on here is a little goofy, but it is what it is. So with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching. This isn't exactly the day that I was expecting. I thought we were going to be able to roll into cutting wheat. We covered the bunk first thing, and well, I ended up going up into the silo first thing after we got the combine out. But it is what it is. You got to do these other jobs as well. So that is going to do it, folks. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you at the next one. This is a 9-star tedder, not a 10 anymore, if you happen to notice. It's got one spinner missing. So, story for another day.